Let's understand setTimeout and setInterval, and those functions are actually super easy. Let's start by using setTimeout like so, and by using setTimeout, you're executing the method and it accepts a callback function. Inside of those brackets, you can define what you want to do when calling this method. So in our case, let's use a callback function right here, and right after the callback function, you can use a comma separated by a value right here, and this value defines in milliseconds how much time it will take to execute the method body inside of here. By saying 1000 right here, we say wait for 1000 milliseconds, so for 1 second, and after that second, execute the code that you have inside of this body right here. So we can, for example, just say console.log 1 second passed, for example. Let's save that code and let's execute that code by using run code. And as you can see, we're waiting and 1 second passed. Let me show you that this in fact works. I'm going to say this here executes after 2 seconds, and right here I'll say 2 seconds passed, and I'm also going to use 5 seconds so that we really see what is going on right here. So I'm going to execute the code once again, and as you can see, 1 second passed, 2 seconds passed, and 5 seconds passed. So setTimeout is pretty simple. You just define what you want to do after a specific time right here, and after a comma, you define a time in milliseconds that you have to wait until you execute the code inside of the body. setInterval is pretty similar. The only difference is that you define an interval and you keep doing whatever you have in your method body forever. So let me show you. We're going to set setInterval. Again, we take a callback function right here. We can, for example, say console.log getting called every single second. So this line gets called every single second. And right now we also have to define a time, which can be 1 second, for example, in our case, because we want to call this function every single second. But obviously it's up to you what kind of time you're going to define right here. So now let's execute this code. And as you can see, getting called every single second gets called every single second, whereas the setTimeout function only gets called 1 single time.